So last night I checked out a film, a horror film. Some would say this is a horror comedy film. But there's nothing funny about this movie. It's deadly serious. Motherfuckers died in this movie. You know, this crazy shit. Got their heads chopped off. We're talking about Studio 666. And it is a film. It's a movie. It's a motion picture. That is a horror motion picture starring the notorious band The Foo Fighters. They try to record an album at a haunted house, and Ghost, some like demon, like cabal, whatever, basically possesses David Grohl, and he fucks up the rest of the Foos. You know, he eats one of them. You know, it's crazy. I mean, the scene when he's eating that motherfucker, oof, yikes, hard to watch. You know, but damn, I gotta be honest, y'all. I was really high last night when I watched this fucking shit, and I was laughing my ass off. This is a very, very, very funny ass fucking movie. It's hilarious, honestly. One of the best parts about this movie is how every Foo Fighter except for Dave Grohl is like barely trying. Like Taylor Hawkins not even really trying at all. I read somewhere that he just like ad-libbed most, if not all, of the lines. I love it. It's great. Rip, by the way. My favorite Foo Fighter in this movie is probably Pat. I think he's really funny in this movie. He probably tried to be the funniest besides Dave Grohl, and I think it's great. The thing about this movie that's so excellent is that it's baked in cheese, right? Like, you know, this movie is going to be cringy and cheesy jumping in, it satisfies it. You know, there's a bunch of the epic music references that we all love. And it's a bunch of epic slasher and ghost and horror film references, you know, Evil Dead references, paranormal movie references. You know, there's like a Halloween reference. And they just like, to me, this movie is like, you know, they just took everything they like about cheesy horror movies and threw it in. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. The story doesn't really make any sense, right? But it doesn't have to. It's just fun. It's fun. It's a fun fucking movie. So basically, they're trying to record their 10th record, and their manager tells them to go to this haunted house to do it, and they're like, fuck yeah. And so they're at the haunted house, and immediately some motherfucker gets electrocuted, and they're like, all right, let's keep going. And then, you know, Dave Grohl is getting like writer's block. He can't figure anything out. He's wandering around this haunted house, stumbles upon a record in the basement, and he's like, damn, this is some good stuff. And so then listening to the record in the basement creates like a situation where a ghost possesses him. Then Dave Grohl's a demon, and then he starts fucking up the rest of the Foo Fighters, but not before trying to finish the song. Because the whole movie is about like trying to write this record, but then it turns into like a 45-minute song that's like super epic, right? And but the song is actually like a way to summon evil or something, you know? You're like, you know those chants or whatever? You read a chant from a book. Like, imagine that, but it's a song, right? It's a great movie. I don't know. It's so cheesy, but like, and the effects are so cheesy. I love it. Like, what probably one of my favorite scenes is near the end, where for whatever reason, Pat is trying to hotwire a car from underneath, and then gets his head like just like ran over by the tire. In the way like the effects looked, it was just extreme. Again, maximum cheese. Like, we're talking like, you know, like when you're in like a character creator in like a role-playing game and you have the sliders, right? Imagine there's a cheese slider and it's all the way up, because that's this fucking movie, and it's great. And then you got like the fucking like neighbor who's like a huge fan of the Foo Fighters and is annoying the shit out of them all the time. But then like also she knows about like the ghost story, and she tries to warn them, and she like fails to do so. She ends up getting killed. I mean, like this, and when she gets killed, by the way, that's a great fucking scene, because there's like, you know, they're fucking, and like there's like a chainsaw that comes out of the bed. It's crazy shit, man. This is a great movie. I gotta say, I was sufficiently and significantly entertained watching this film. And so anyway, like they exercise, or excise, is it like, you know, it's exorcism, right? Like, is it exercise or is it excise? I don't know. What is it? When you get the ghost out, right? Like, what is that called? Like in the active sense, I don't know. Anyway, Dave Grohl gets exorcised, and so he's like, whoa, what the hell, what happened? And then there's like the demons they're coming out, and then there's the giant demon fight. And then there's a pool, and the water turns green for whatever reason. Who knows? I love it. This is a great movie. Again, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun movie to watch from start to finish. And like a lot of this movie is, again, it's music based, right? Like he goes to the basement, he finds like a record by like some other like ghost band or some shit. But like, in reality, in the real world, like the Foo Fighters actually got together to record an album, and released it under like a pseudonym, which they used as the record in the basement in this movie. So like, they really made 2 records in this kind of whole thing. So it's really, it's just great. That's right. There is a John Carpenter cameo in this film who just shows up, and he's like, he's doing some hardcore mixing, and then he goes away, and he's just looking badass. There's a lot of cameos in this movie. There's a lot of them. It's kind of hard to keep up with. I didn't catch all of them. Because I'm an uneducated, uncultured piece of garbage, I'm sure. But there's, it's just a great movie. If you like the Foo Fighters, or even if you don't like the Foo Fighters, but like you're moderately into that kind of genre, you will love this film. If you like horror movies, you will love this film. If you like cheesy movies, you will love this film. If you like funny movies, you will love this film. This is a film for everybody, honestly. It's a film for everybody. Except your grandma. Maybe your grandma won't like this film, or maybe she will. I don't know. All I know is I had fun watching this. It's a fun movie. The kills are creative. I love the kills. Like, again, Pat's death is really funny. Taylor Hawkins' death, which also rip, bad timing. But his death is really funny. He gets his head cut in half by, like, a symbol. Crazy shit, man. Crazy ass shit. But, again, and don't forget, like, the fucking Dave Grohl eating a human carcass scenes. That's fucking gross. I mean, as a vegetarian, I don't like people eating meat to begin with. But human meat, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, human meat, I'm a little bit okay with. But anyway, it's just a great movie. I don't know. Check it out. And let me know what you think. It's really good. Saw it on Stars. What the hell is Stars? I don't know. It's a channel. What is a channel? I don't know. What do these words mean? I have no idea. Anyway, check out Studio 666. I loved it. I thought it was funny as hell. And that's it. It's a good movie, and it's one of those movies I'd probably watch again. So there you go. Highly recommended. But that's the show for today.